NASA openly admits alien life exists. Get ready for disclosure. Most people in the know realize that NASA is just part of the military-industrial complex, but a recent open admission on mainstream news that there are indications of alien life is likely the beginning of a bid to get your undivided attention before full forced disclosure ensues. Must read before proceeding. NASA is preparing the world for extraterrestrial contact. Most people already believe what NASA chief scientist Ellen Stofan states. I think we're going to have strong indications of life beyond Earth within a decade. I think we're going to have definitive evidence within a few months. Stofan goes on to say, we're on the verge of things that people have wondered about for millennia. Within all of our lifetimes we're going to understand that there is life on other bodies in the solar system. We're going to understand the implications of that for life here on Earth. What we're going to understand is that our secret government has been hiding this fact for ages. In an effort to transition the US and other countries through its reach to a cabal-run oligarchy, our shadow government has been lying about off-planet corporate slavery rings, alien abductions, benevolent beings who can only do so much until our collective consciousness elevates, and much, much more. William Cooper, among others, tried to disclose the true purpose of NASA, but he was exterminated. His death, among thousands of others, will not be in vain. We will learn that aside from extraterrestrial beings visiting our planet and many different ET species tinkering with our DNA over millennia, there are ancient humanoid races that are more than 10 million years old. We will learn that a recent computer hacking retrieved millions of government and corporate personnel records, some say as part of documentation for Nuremberg-like trials, will begin soon against those who have mind-controlled, enslaved and tortured us. Undeniable photos of UFOs were also unearthed. We will also learn that chemtrails and GMOs were the least of plans made for us sheeple and useless eaters by a Luciferian cabal, and that President Harry Truman signed a document with certain ETS that allowed the elite to conduct highly technological experiments with intelligence gained from these ETS in exchange for looking the other way when certain humans were abducted for ET experiments. We will learn that we are not helpless, as we have been programmed to believe. We are, in fact, a rare humanoid race that has an incredible range of emotion and creative power. We will learn that our minds and emotions can either fuel chaos on this planet, or restore it to its rightful place of peace and cooperation, of care for others at least as much as ourselves. We will learn that our ascension into infinitely peaceful beings is indeed possible, and it has been described in countless books, many of which have been suppressed along with UFO information. NASA is telling us now that the likelihood of alien life is a ruse. Be sure to remember those who have been executed to try to prove this information to us decades ago, and to use discernment when the truth is finally revealed. Now that officials are openly discussing the existence of intelligent ET life, there's one crucial thing we should be paying attention to: the inevitable Anunnaki deception. The sudden position shift of the mainstream scientific community regarding the existence of extraterrestrial life should make us wary. Recently, top U.S. astronomers gathered in front of Congress to let them know that extraterrestrial life exists without question. Dan Wertheimer of the SETI Research Center at the University of California, Berkeley, recently called for more funding to be allocated to the search for extraterrestrial life since he is close to 100% certain that we are not alone. Numerous scientists all over the planet have recently shifted their opinions about the existence of ET life, and it may be because they know something that we don't. According to one recent interview from a man with insider Pentagon sources, the Anunnaki may be returning to Earth. According to Stan Deo, the buzzword around the Pentagon is that the Sumerian gods are returning. Remember, the Anunnaki are not our friends. Never have been, never will. According to James Gilliland, the returning Anunnaki are very benevolent. They operate under universal law, and they are calling these fallen ones, the ones who have kept us enslaved for millennia, before the council. They will have to stand before this council and deal with what they have done that was out of alignment with universal law. They are also working with the Pleiadians, Andromedans, the Arcturians, and the other beings in conjunction together to remove the fallen ones and the reptilian alliance. To me, this is a huge red flag. For years now, I've been warning my readers that mankind's enslavers, i.e. the Anunnaki, will one day be presented as heroes and saviors. They will make us desire and ask for their knowledge and advanced technology, and we will listen to their supposed wisdom. Just remember that these wise beings genetically engineered us to be their slaves, literally, and demanded periodic human sacrifices. They enjoy raping children and marry their first-degree relatives to preserve their royal blood and the right to rule. They presented themselves as gods, and mankind's religions were dedicated to them, which means that we are supposed to be eternally grateful to them and spend a lifetime on our knees, praising their greatness. They are also the ones who introduced the pyramidal social order, when they've decided to retreat into the shadows and leave the royal human Anunnaki hybrids in charge of our planet. Since the dawn of our existence, the Anunnaki and their hybrid descendants used us as soldiers in their disgusting wars and struggle for power. We fought, we suffered, and we died, sacrificed on their altar. In their opinion, they have the right to rule over us and oppress us any way they want, because they are members of a superior species. Eventually, they will offer us the alleged solution to all our problems, which will be nothing else than the New World Order in disguise. And by the time we will figure it out, it will already be too late. The recent UFO buzz. The ET/UFO disclosure seems to be accelerating. The recent crash of an alleged pyramidal UFO in Canada has got many people hooked to the subject once again. Probably not by coincidence, a series of UFOs have appeared over western Massachusetts, relatively at the same time, causing quite a buzz. With all these positive news about UFOs and ETS, we may get excited more than we should and stop questioning the motives behind all this stir. As always, my message is to be cautious about the Anunnaki and any other ET species that will have the support of our governments. Stay sharp and be safe. Question: do you think that NASA should admit that there is life outside of Earth? What you think of the Anunnaki? Are they friend or foe?